Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to DTC Official GH, your number one spot for all forms of human potential development. Today, as we do it, I'm here at the Oliver Twist Shack, one of the popular restaurants within the Accra vicinity. I'm not here to bring you pictures of food or any sumptuous meal that will make you salivate. I'm here to unravel the passion, the dedication, and the story behind Oliver Twist Restaurant. This is a story that will inspire you on your entrepreneurial journey and also give you insights on how to pursue your journey in every aspect of your life. Follow me as we delve into this insightful conversation with the CEO of Oliver Twist Restaurant. Before that, kindly subscribe to this channel and let me remind you, there is always more to read on dtcofficialgh.com. All right. I welcome you to the final interview section. As I introduced to you, we are here with the CEO of Oliver Twist Shack, which is one of the popular restaurants in Accra and its environment. Today, we are here to unravel some of the intriguing stories that has gone under the drain in starting up this magnificent restaurant. So I have with me here Mr. Theodore Atsu Djadou, who happens to be the CEO of Oliver Twist Restaurant. And make sure you watch this, get a pen and paper, pick up your lessons from this insightful and promising interview that I'm going to have here. And make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, and don't forget to share to somebody who may need inspiration. Before that, hello sir, I welcome you to dtcofficialgh.com.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so we are pleased to have you making time out of your busy schedule to have this interview with us.
Okay, so like you introduced, I'm Theodore Atsu Djadou. I started my journey from the banking industry, basically. So I was a banker in the IT department, specifically databases and system analyst, and then moved through that for about 11 years, and then along the line hit through my passion, which ignited from a simple question, which one of my colleagues gave me, just presented that opportunity to me. We always take that defining moment to know when to start, even though maybe most of the times you want to start a business one way or the other. Everybody feels like you want to do something. So it takes that one moment, and then when that question is asked, you should be ready to answer. Fortunately for me, I answered the question, which was where I could get the best jollof, which I rightly told him I could make him one. That was how it started, and then from there, one thing led to the other. We started selling started selling food from our kitchen porch to delivering, sitting behind motorbikes to deliver to customers, friends, family members. There were all sorts of things all sorts of setbacks, all sorts of discouragements. People will give you bad feedback. People were excited about the product. People were, doing all sorts of things to also discourage you on the other side. But then you have to stay focused, and then consistency is key. Gradually, you'll be able to, get somewhere. I mean, we are still not where we want to be yet, but at the end of the day, it's a step at a time. Yeah, so that's where the journey started from. And today we have Oliver Twist standing as a restaurant, a suburban restaurant in the vicinities of Latibia Kochikoli.
That's great. Just one question, and the answer was simply where he would get the best jollof. And it didn't end there. He could not only wish for a best jollof, but he could actually make one. These are some of the biggest ideas that you've ever come across in the entrepreneurial ecosystem started. But sometimes people start journeys and you think it is all fruitful and some joyous road till their final point. Can you tell us some of your biggest challenge in starting this restaurant and how you were able to overcome this.
So, like the experience you just had with someone, you mentioned like the Bill Koshi and the person saying is Oliver Twist. From where we even stand, we know there's still a lot of untapped potential in the market for us because we find ourselves to be in a very small space of, let's say, an old area where we're trying to create economic activities, regenerate, and make it a very vibrant area or vicinity again. The challenges that we face basically will be people. So people factor is a very crucial one in terms of the kind of people you work with, in terms of the staffing, and then third parties from consumers to your vendors. So people, it's a people's job. So the key, crucial challenge will be people, how to get things done and done well. Being an entrepreneur would at times we people come from the idea whereby it's like, okay, so I have a business and then that is it. But to be an entrepreneur, basically, you would have to be able to create series of businesses which with processes around them so that they can survive on their own. In this part of the world, it's a bit challenging because people is another factor I'll say again where you put processes, but then you would also have to, come in there from time to time to, you know, straighten or outline things well. That's one of the challenges. Another bit will be, I'll say, quote unquote, finance in the system, because then when it comes to businesses like ourselves in terms of restaurant, there's not enough kind of focus around access to finance in terms of when you look at where the world is moving. So it's like you stand to find yourself in a certain box where you will have to figure it all by yourself. So it's tough, but in the long run, it's good business. It's good business. Restaurant business is good business where everybody eats food every single day. But it has its challenges here and there. So I mean, on the top of it, I always put people challenges as my first before I trickle down to any other.
Well, it is said that one of the most difficult job in the world is managing human beings, just like yourself. And he attested to it that managing people is one of the biggest challenges he in prioritization that he thinks he has faced. What do you also think? What is your experience? Do you also have an experience similar to this in people management? Because this is right from experience. If you are not in there, you don't feel the pain. So, my third question, and after this question, we will be taking a tour around the restaurant for you to know some of the things, how beautiful the place is, and you will appreciate it more when you come here in Latebio Koshi Gulliver's Twit Shack. But before that, the concept of Oliver Twist restaurant. I read the book Oliver Twist, always asking for more. So when I heard the Oliver Twist restaurant, I just knew that yes, this is right on point. How did you come up with the concept for Oliver Twist restaurant, and what sets it apart from the restaurant market?
Okay, so you realize, like you said, you realize each time somebody says it was a name that could resonate, a childhood feeling, the story itself. Everybody who has, you know, maybe the current ones wouldn't have maybe read through it, but I mean, we have a certain set of generation that knows the story. So every time you say Oliver Twist, you always get a response, ask for more. If you realize, just tell anybody Oliver Twist, and then there's the ask for more part of it. The ask for more part basically was so we're not just like a restaurant. I would call it, but it used to be like a movement. Okay, what is happening is that I would say that people come here and they always say that those who really appreciate good food, those who appreciate good ambience, those who appreciate good service, always would come here and go like, "Wow, all this for this amount. Your food tastes really good, and other compliments." But what do I always say? I said, "This is the reason I want you to ask for more each time you come back, because then the only way I can get you to come back is to give you good service, good food, and then good pricing, which we do." So you realize that the kind of food that we provide is always like, in terms of pricing, is one of the best prices you can get if you look at the setting in which you find it's being served. Let me put it that way. And so we thrive for a bit of excellence in terms of making sure that the customer gets the best, so that you always test for more. You would always ask for more in terms of, because customer retention is one key thing. So all this ask for more, the slogan ask for more is just to keep the customer coming back. The story of Oliver Twist, using the story of Oliver Twist, is basically to support our philanthropic arm, where we give out food to the less fortunate, specifically the kids. So we've been doing this thing for like, even before the restaurant started, we're doing it for, so to date will be about 6-7 years, where we give back every December to the less fortunate. It's basically because in the story of Oliver Twist, he was a young boy, an orphan who did not have much doing, fell in the hands of bad company, pickpocketing, and all sorts of things. And in the same story, you have him asking for more when he had to go for another plate of food. So it's just a transitioning of the story into how we're trying to captivate the whole effect of him him being on the streets, and we also trying to do something for the streets. So that foundation part is called OT Cares, Oliver Twist Cares Foundation. So what it does is that we attend to chronic diseases and then hunger. So it's just a two-way agenda, where we look at chronic diseases and then hunger as well. Depending on what we do, we go to the north. The farthest we've gone so far is to the north, where we sit down with the community just to understand what is happening, do undergo the whole agenda that we came to do, maybe through food, and then through that, listening to that their problems, we assist, in maybe donating of drugs and all those things to them. So it's, like I said, it's a movement. It's not just like a straightforward brand, or let's say restaurant that is just sitting somewhere.
Wow. Are you not intrigued? I told you in the beginning that this is going to be one of the promising interviews you will ever watch. This is the story of a man who worked more than 10 years in the banking industry, decided to go entrepreneur. And today he owns one of the popular restaurants around Accra. And isn't this very inspiring that he picks a restaurant named Oliver Twist, and it is not just serving as the name Oliver Twist with a slogan, always asking for more. Although I bet you that once you come here, you will ask for more. But rather, if you have read the Oliver Twist story, you know how he started from the streets and landed up in the orphanage, and always going in for more food, even when there is no more food. And today, they are not serving the more food. They are also picking inspiration from the story of that little Oliver Twist to give it back to society through forming the solution of giving food to the less privileged, and also helping people with chronic diseases. This is what entrepreneurship is about. We do not make money, we solve problems, we offer solutions to society, and after all this, we give all that we have accumulated back to the society as a thank you gift. This is the story of Oliver Twist. We are right now going to have a little tour around the restaurant, and once we are back, we will continue with the best part of the conversation. Stay tuned and don't go nowhere. Thank you, sir. I want to check.
Okay. So you charge it.
Utia nal bulonga bewere Utia nal bulonga bewere Ngwiri yarin kotu yijila Agu ala tenfiyale we yadin ala tenfiyale Ngwiri yarin kotu yijila Agu ala tenfiyale we yadin ala tenfiyale
Now, what you saw, leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me that what you saw is not simply beautiful and amazing as a restaurant within the vicinity of Accra. They serve you sumptuous food that, as he said, the best of foods that will always keep you asking for more. And the most important part is that as you keep asking for more and you keep paying, you are also supporting somebody with a chronic disease somewhere in the northern part of Ghana or southern part of Ghana, anywhere, to get healed. And also that your little profit is also going in to feed somebody less privileged of having the next meal. And so this brings us to the story of Mr. Theodore Atsu Djadou, the CEO of Oliver Twist Restaurants. Now, delving in, I said this is the best part of the conversation. Sir, we all know the hustle and bustle entrepreneurs go through to achieve success. If you would be good to share with us, what are some of the milestone and major milestone you think that actually had a profound impact in your business life?
Okay, so to say, uh, I have been in this entrepreneurial journey, I would say for let's say about 7 years. There's an intersection of my entrepreneurial journey with corporate job, and in the Bible, it always says that you cannot serve two masters. The Bible being a guiding book and a religious book as well, we tend to ignore some of the things it says. But at the point in my life, I realized that there was my corporate life in terms of my boss, you know, wanting a piece of me, and then whatever business I had also started, which was this, wanting a piece of me as well. So at the end of the day, you realize that there's an imbalance, okay? An imbalance where you realize you cannot do both at the same time. You literally have to give your focus to one. I made a decision to myself and also told my boss then that I would not want to have a statement to say I once had a restaurant. Okay. I would rather want to say I had a restaurant, I ran a restaurant, but it failed, rather than to say I had a restaurant. I don't know if you get me, in the sense that me leaving at that point would mean that I'm coming to give it my all. If it doesn't work, I can always start from the experience I learned, rather than me, giving it a mediocre attention, even though I'm working for someone else, giving it an attention which I know is not full, doesn't have my full commitment to it, or doesn't have my full attention. Then at the end of the day, I realized that, it would have been better if I was present. So I took the tough decision to say, you know what, let me, push this thing aside and focus on myself, which is my business. And then we're still on it. We are still in the journey. The journey is not over. That's the funny part to it. The journey isn't over because we are still in the process of, trying to make things better, growing the business, the venture and everything that we can possibly do to it. Yeah.